Now, on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, in a child sex crimes trial we've been following in Victoria County, the suspect convicted and sentenced yesterday. We have the details. And a car chase was near catastrophic for Prince Harry and Meghan Tuesday in New York. Hear who was chasing the Prince and Duchess of Sussex and why. Plus, arguments on whether to block access to the abortion pill in the U.S. was heard by one of the most conservative appeals courts. We have this story and more straight ahead.
And good Thursday morning, everyone. Waking up in Cuero once again. Look at the nice view this morning, courtesy of the Cuero ISD Weather camera. 90-degree temperatures today. Could be the case for the daytime high. We'll take a look coming up.
25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain.
And I'm Trey Mining.
And the day is the 18th day of May 2023. The time is now 6:31 on your Thursday morning. And today it is National No Dirty Dishes Day. Trey, I know I have a few.
We have a few as well, but just got to get in there and scrub them up, put them in the dishwasher, and you're good to go.
Got to scrub them up. That dishwasher, don't leave it empty. Keep it running all day long because no dirty dishes allowed. You better have a clean counter. That's all we're saying.
We will be watching. We will report violators.
Well, Trey.
On the outside, well, dirty dishes, don't have to worry because the weather's looking nice. It doesn't have any correlation to that at all. Take a look at the nice view. That's from Cuero, obviously. Cuero ISD Weather camera, the water tower right there in the center, and some high clouds in the distance, otherwise sunny skies this morning. Going to be a nice day, but a hot day. We're down a degree or two since the last half hour, 69 degrees in Victoria, but that'll be rising rapidly before too much longer, and here in the next half hour especially. Visibility 2 miles, 100% humidity, we're saturated out there. And just don't have the lifting mechanism in the atmosphere. They create buoyancy for that moisture and build this cloud skyward. So we're just dealing with dry conditions and very humid conditions at the surface. And nothing on the radar this morning at all, keeping it on the dry side. And I predict that's going to be the case throughout the day today as that pressure has ridged on in. And the rivers, there's still some issues here. Specifically the Guadalupe River near Thomaston down Mission Valley down to Victoria Rivers Riverside Park. Flood warning in effect for that section until Saturday morning early. Then it should fall under its flood stage. Same thing for Bloomington, a little bit later on in the date. Of course, for Saturday evening, it'll be a flood stage until then. That's when the flood warning is expected to expire, with the river falling below its flood stage at that time. Same thing for the Lavaca River and also the Colorado River up here near Wharton Ocampo and down into areas near Bay City. Temperatures currently in the 60s area wide, 67 degrees to 66 degrees from areas of Beeville, Goliad, and Victoria and points to the east, 70s along the immediate coast with the southerly winds coming in. Will keep us on the humid side. There is a rain chance coming sometime in the next 7 days. We'll let you know when that's going to be later on in that full forecast to come. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. Yesterday was sentencing day for a 45-year-old man on trial for continuous sexual abuse of a child. Rudy Valdez found guilty on all charges and sentenced to life in state prison. He is not eligible for parole. Prosecutors proved Valdez sexually abused a young child in Victoria over the course of a 2-year period beginning in 2016. The victim testified at the trial along with 3 other young women who were also sexually abused by the suspect. A man accused of selling drugs to an undercover officer in 2022 pled guilty in a Goliad County court this week. Robin Jones of Goliad pled guilty to possession of a controlled substance. Jones was sentenced to 25 years in prison. Several reports of vehicle thefts were called into the Victoria Police Department early Tuesday. Authorities say the calls came in around 5 a.m. from 3 different apartment complexes. Police responded to the Point Apartments, Victoria Station Apartments, and the Reserve. Officers say tires and rims were found stolen from a total of 7 vehicles. The new police chief says another big crime problem in the city may be linked to the break-ins.
Some of the youth are having firearms, and we have to get those away from them. Where are they getting the firearms? A lot of them are getting them from car burglaries. So don't forget to take your weapon inside with you at night. Lock up your car, hide all of the property that's inside the vehicle. Keep that from being a victim. Keep yourself from being a victim. Hide, lock, and take.
Chief Young adds that property crime in Victoria is up by a little bit, and there is also an uptick in aggravated assaults in the city, so be careful out there. Authorities say a mobile home burned for up to 5 hours before it was called in yesterday afternoon. Fire crews were dispatched to the fire in the 1800 block of Parsons Road in Victoria. The fire was 100% contained, but just out of precaution, the fire department dumped several tanks of water on the situation, just to be sure that the burning stayed under control.
What we'd like to ask the public to do, if they're thinking about burning anything, to please give us a call, whether it's brush piles or anything else. Ask us for advice, and that way we do not have to send resources to a call that's unnecessary for us to go to.
The fire department thinks the mobile home was already leveled and demolished before it was set on fire. Prince Harry and his wife, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, were driven to a New York police station in the middle of a chaotic car chase by photographers, law enforcement sources said Wednesday. The pair, together with Meghan's mother, were followed by photographers after leaving a charity event in Midtown Manhattan on Tuesday night. The couple spent Tuesday night in the Upper East Side of Manhattan and didn't want photographers to know where they were staying, law enforcement told sources. So they tried pursuing photographers during a 75-minute chase up and down the Franklin D. Roosevelt East River Drive, the main thoroughfare of Manhattan's East Side, sources said. The traveling party finally were driven to the NYPD's 19th Precinct Station House. They stayed for 15 minutes outside of the station and then got into another car without being followed, sources said. Harry's mother, Princess Diana, died in a car crash in 1997 while being pursued by paparazzi in Paris. A federal court heard oral arguments Wednesday in the lawsuit seeking to pull the abortion pill mifepristone from U.S. markets. A panel of 3 judges at the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans will decide whether women will continue to have access to the medication. Mifepristone was approved for use in the U.S. in 2000, and more than 5 million people have used it. Wednesday's hearing comes 11 months after the Supreme Court ruled to overturn Roe v. Wade, paving the way for several states to pass strict abortion laws. Okay, let's take a look at your viewer poll. Has the reversal of Roe v. Wade affected you since its overturning? All right, we want to hear from you. Apparently 19 of you say yes, you have been impacted, and the rest of you say no. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. Taco Bell wants to liberate Taco Tuesday. It's asking the U.S. Trademark Office to cancel 2 smaller rivals trademarks on the phrase. Taco John's, based in Wyoming, owns Taco Tuesday in 49 states, while Gregory's Restaurant and Bar owns it in New Jersey. Taco Bell says they wrongly monopolized the use of the phrase in the restaurant industry. Taco John's has a history of defending its trademark, sending cease and desist letters to anyone infringing on it. We better watch out, Trey. And using the hashtag on social media. It could take 2 years for the trademark office to make a decision. All right, here are some of the top headlines you can read in this week's Current Record. Keep Current Beautiful honors late President Linda Henderson, and first responders get youth mental health first aid training, plus pet adoptions of Cuero visits the Cuero Regional Hospital. You can read these stories and more at DeWittCountyToday.com. The time is now just about 6:39 on your Thursday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. A chairman of 20 years has resigned from the Victoria Central Appraisal District.
Okay, take a look on the outside. Future rain totals, not anything expected today. Look ahead toward the first part of next week. Seeing some rain chances in our forecast here through Sunday. We'll talk about that in your full forecast coming up.
New details this morning in the Pentagon leak case. Prosecutors now allege the accused leaker was reprimanded several times for looking at classified material beyond his duties months before his arrest. I'm ABC's Justin Finch with more from Washington.
Good morning. Good morning. Let's take a look at our weather map this morning. We have high pressure ridging in from the north, giving us some good weather today, keeping the precipitation away from us, kind of all up around the high pressure ridges you see here. Front tries to move in, but it's blocked by the high pressure cell for the time being. Another one comes down from the north. We're bringing some cooler air, but trying to, into the state of Texas. But the high pressure is keeping everything in place, but the high pressure cell will begin to move further to the east with time, opening up the Gulf with southerly winds, bringing back the moisture even more so and setting the stage for better instability. And finally, some rain chances coming in by your Saturday, courtesy of this upper level disturbance here moving on through. So we'll have some rain chances. So far, the chances look pretty small and overall amounts as well. Take a look at the future tracker right quick. Nothing on it this morning. A few high clouds from time to time. Clouds thickening out west as things get going well west of San Antonio in the atmosphere. But for us around here, keeping in partly cloudy skies with high temperatures near 90 degrees today. Those rain chances to talk about, what day are they going to be falling on? We'll take a look at that and the rain percentages for that time a little bit later on before we go. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. We're learning more about the Air National Guardsman at the center of the Pentagon records leak. In a new court filing, federal prosecutors claim Jack Teixeira ignored several orders from his superiors to stop his searches into classified intelligence that was unrelated to his work. Those warnings came months before his arrest for posting a trove of Pentagon documents online.
This morning, stunning new information about the Air National Guardsman accused of leaking some of the country's most sensitive secrets online. The Department of Justice presenting a federal judge with a series of red flags about the 21-year-old who had high-level top-secret clearance. The DOJ says Teixeira was reported as recently as February by a superior for looking at classified materials beyond his primary duties. Prosecutors noting at least 2 other warnings from superiors last September and October, telling Teixeira to no longer take notes on classified intelligence information and to cease and desist on any deep dives into classified intel. House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Michael McCall telling CNN,
again, this individual should never have been given that kind of access, and after the warnings, he should have been taken off that job.
Federal prosecutors also including messages posted on the online chat forum Discord, where many of the records were found. One message allegedly from Teixeira saying he had information on Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, Syria, Iran, China, and more.
This was a deliberate criminal act.
More than 1 month after Teixeira's arrest, the government says it now believes the leak is more widespread and involves more classified national defense information than previously known. The revelations come as a federal judge decides whether to keep Teixeira in custody or release him before his trial. Teixeira's lawyers are rebutting the government's case that if released, he would be a public danger and a flight risk. They've asked for his release into his father's custody. Teixeira is due back in court Friday. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Chairman Lou Svetlik has resigned from the Victoria Central Appraisal District. His resignation officially accepted yesterday afternoon at the regular meeting. Svetlik formally submitted his resignation letter on May 12th and now begins the process to fill his vacant seat. So at next Tuesday's meeting, the board will notify its entities that they have 45 days to nominate and fill the seat. Svetlik served on the board for 20 years. He was not present at yesterday's meeting. The time is now 6:44 on your Thursday morning. Still to come, an increasing number of sports bra and athletic wear brands found to contain high levels of a toxic chemical. All right, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Jason. Hope your day is filled with love and lots of laughter. We're so proud of you from your kids and family with love.
And happy 22nd birthday to Madison. Have a great day. We love you.
I love it. Madison with a Y. And writer, producer, and actress Tina Fey is having a birthday today. She's 53. You better enjoy a second drink, Trey.
I would say so. Just to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise. Come to crossroadstoday.com. Click on More under Home. You'll see the birthday icon there to wish your happy birthday on us here at Sunrise.
Yes, and for those of you that don't know, second drink is what happens when the ice melts in your fountain drink.
Oh, yes.
For those of you that may not be familiar with Liz Lemon. Okay, happy birthday if you're celebrating one today. We'll be right back after this break.
Okay, let's take a look at what's going on. Satellite and radar composite. No precipitation on the scope this morning, and only a few clouds out there actually. So keep us warm, humid, yes, but don't have the mechanism in the atmosphere to take the humidity and build it skyward with buoyancy and cause any rain showers or thunderstorms to form, at least not yet. So rain-free conditions, definitely hot on the outside. Drink plenty of water and find some shade is my advice. Future tracker, a few clouds here and there, sun shining bright throughout the day. So it's a very nice day, of course, overall, and I think we deserve that. We have some clouds coming in from the west as pressures begin to lower west of San Antonio, and upper level disturbances associated with that will bring us some rain chances coming our way. It looks like toward the weekend, the way it looks at this point. So today, 89, 90 degrees, sunny skies and hot. Be careful out there, drink plenty of water and find some shade. Overnight low 68 degrees, partly cloudy skies. And then for your day tomorrow, near 90 degrees on your Friday, starting the weekend off on the right side, and giving you some rain chances just mentioned by Saturday into Sunday and Monday of next week.
An increasing number of sports bra and athletic wear brands were found to contain high levels of the toxic chemical BPA. BPA, or bisphenol A, is a chemical that's used to make certain types of plastic. It's been linked to multiple health conditions like asthma and diabetes. The Center for Environmental Health says it sent legal notices to 8 brands after tests showed their apparel could expose wearers to up to 40 times the safe limit of BPA. That's from standards set in California, where the max allowable dose through skin exposure is 3 micrograms per day. The newly tested brands and their products include leggings from Athleta, Champion, Kohl's, Nike, and Patagonia, sports bras from Sweaty Betty, athletic shirts from Fabletics, and shorts from Adidas, Champion, and Nike. Walgreens' parent company has reached a multi-million-dollar settlement over its role in San Francisco's opioid epidemic. Wednesday, leaders announced Walgreens Boots and Alliance Incorporated has agreed to pay $230 million to settle a civil lawsuit that claims the drugstore chain was liable in the crisis. The U.S. District Judge in San Francisco accused the company of a 15-year failure to properly scrutinize opioid prescriptions and flag possible misuse of highly addictive drugs. A judge ruled last August pharmacies in the city received more than 1.2 million opioid prescriptions with red flags for over a decade, yet performed due diligence on less than 5% of them before dispensing them. Walgreens disputed liability and did not admit fault in a statement. The settlement has averted a trial to determine damages. Still to come on Sunrise News to know before you go. An inmate who escaped a Philadelphia prison on May 7th captured. Right, Trey, it's time for today's question of the day.
And what a yummy one it is.
Oh, it sounds delicioso, as Dora the Explorer would say.
There you go.
All right, let's go ahead and answer the question. But first, the question is, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, originally known by this name, what is it, Trey? Okay, we have had several guesses this morning.
Okay, and what are they saying?
They're saying penny cups.
All right, people are on board this morning with that one.
A penny for those peanut butter cups.
A penny for your cup, a cup for your penny. All right, there you go. And the answer is penny cups.
Oh, penny
Why are they
cups.
penny cups? Because there was 1 penny for each.
Gosh, sounds delicious.
Price have increased since then, but obviously
Definitely.
the taste is still the same. Get you some Reese's Peanut Butter Cups today. And we'll be back tomorrow with another great question of the day to get you going for your Friday.
An inmate who escaped a Philadelphia prison on May 7th is captured. Amin Hurst made it all the way to New York City and back before he was captured on Wednesday morning. Hurst was on the run for at least 10 days. The 18-year-old is accused of committing 4 murders. Earlier this month, Hurst and another inmate broke out of the Philadelphia Industrial Correctional Facility by cutting a hole in the rec yard fence. It took the prison almost 24 hours to realize they were gone. The other inmate, 24-year-old Nasir Grant, was found last Thursday. In downtown Victoria, water over Constitution and Craig Streets and over areas of West Moody Street between Water and Constitution Streets. Water also flowing into the Riverside Golf Course. The National Weather Service reports the Guadalupe River was at 28.9 feet Wednesday morning. Flood stage is 21 feet. The river is expected to fall below flood stage Saturday afternoon and continue falling to 12.4 feet Monday morning. And here's a look at the current river flood warnings posted for the Crossroads from the National Weather Service. In Victoria County, a river flood warning in effect until Sunday, until Sunday morning for the Guadalupe River at Victoria. And in Victoria and Calhoun counties, a river flood warning in effect until further notice for the Guadalupe River near Bloomington. And in DeWitt County, a river flood warning in effect until early Saturday morning for Sandys Creek near Westoff. And in Jackson County, a river flood warning in effect until this afternoon at the Navidad River at Strain Park. And in Jackson County, a river flood warning in effect until later this morning for the Lavaca River near Edna. No river flood warnings left in Lavaca County, but this pecan tree in Hallettsville was uprooted due to 4+ inches of rain that recently fell there. Lavaca County leaders report County Road 15 will be closed until repairs can be made after a washout caused by heavy rains. And here are some of the top headlines you can read in this week's Port Lavaca Wave. Port Lavaca and 2 other groups collaborated in a housing workshop aimed to highlight the needs of residents and to create a vision for the town site. Memorial Medical Center hosting a program Hope aimed to address mental health in older adults. Plus, the Calhoun Port Authority Board reports that April was a slow month due to a few Formosa plastic vessels because of turnarounds and shutdowns. You can read these stories and more at theportlavacawave.com. The 17th annual Warriors Weekend returns to the Crossroads Friday. 300 military veterans will be in a caravan Friday afternoon through Edna and through Ganado and Edna first, and they are scheduled to arrive in Victoria Friday afternoon at the Warriors Weekend Field of Honor at Parkway Church. That's at 4802 North John Stockbauer Drive, and it's looking beautiful, by the way. And after that, a caravan down North Navarro around 4 Friday afternoon. So be sure to have your American flags ready. And Warriors Weekend Board member Colonel Mike Petrosh tells us Warriors Weekend is very important to these veterans.
And we just want all the citizens, who are within the sound of my voice to come out and make sure that they understand that their service and sacrifices are honored.
Continues with a fishing trip at Port O'Connor for veterans. All right, let's go ahead and get a look at that Warriors Weekend forecast with First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Trey Mining.
Looking good for Warriors Weekend, and a big good fishing rodeo, I'm sure, down at Port O'Connor. Today, though, dealing with a few clouds here and there, but otherwise sunny skies today and hot temperatures. No rain as of yet. And for day-to-day, near 90 degrees, sunny skies and hot, southerly winds. Overnight lows will be in the upper 60s to near 70. Again, partly cloudy skies. Humidity staying in. And then for your day tomorrow, 90 degrees for your Friday. Mostly sunny skies. Maybe some rain showers chances coming up for Saturday, but should not impact Warriors Weekend too much, hopefully, with highs in the 80s. And keeping it hot throughout the 7-day period, near 85 to 90 degrees, lows near 70. Make it a great day today, and hope you keep cool throughout the day, Carolina.
Thank you, Trey, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful Thursday. Come to crossroadstoday.com for more local news, weather, and sports, and join James, Don, Maclovio, Karina, and Gino today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Don't forget, clean those dishes.